You can 100% get out of control with alcohol when grieving. I am speaking from personal experience. 100%. Here I am. I'm a grief specialist. I've been trained. I already know what it's going to feel like to go through a grieving experience, and Donovan dies. I said earlier in an earlier video that I automatically assumed that Eric and I were going to do the same thing, that she and I were both going to grieve the same way. She got into anger. She went on that path. I got into needing a coping mechanism. And so that was wine for me. So at night, I'd be cooking dinner, have a couple glasses of wine. This was going to help me. And 1 month became 2 months, became 3 months. And before I know it, 2 glasses of wine became a bottle. It is so easy for us to get in trouble with our coping mechanisms. Here's the thing about the wine. The wine worked. It worked 100%. It would take away the pain or leave me into a crying experience where I could absolutely process the pain, this grief, or I would pass out. One of those 3 things was going to happen. The wine absolutely worked. And on the other hand, every morning I still had to get up and I was still a griever. And in the morning, I couldn't use the wine. So the thing is, when we find that coping mechanism, it absolutely works. But it only works for a short time, my friends. It only works for a very short time. And when it wears off, the grief is still there. It's not magic. It didn't take it away. We use wine. We use social media, nail biting, recreational drugs, sex, pornography, sleeping, television, reading, fantasy, movies. I could go on and on. Smoking, gambling, serving, ignoring, acting like it didn't happen. There are many, many tools that we have in that toolbox of coping that are unhelpful. They're not helpful. I can give you one tip though. If any of those are your coping mechanism, please, I would never tell you to stop drinking. But I'll tell you this, process your grief first. Go sit in the room and cry it out first. Go have a moment with your loved one or your person first. Go have a moment with them. Journal about it. Cry the ugly cry. Let the snot run down your nose. And then when you're done, go have the glass of wine. Don't do it in reverse. You can get into a lot of trouble that way.